Hello and welcome back to the Join Dota League Season 3. This is going to be Game 2 of a two-game series between Mafia 5 as well as Maruchan. They do have their name on the ticket now. So, I'll be your main caster for today. I'm Grandis V and I'll be joined by Banshee. Welcome to the stream again.
Yep, and this time I'm here right at the beginning with an actual voice and stuff. As we do actually see this time the Invoker also being banned out by MC Maruchan. You know, they don't want to go up against that Invoker again, as well as banning out the Razor. And what we saw really from them, the reason why they won that wasn't so much an amazing play from either side, but just simply the case of their lineup eventually won it by default.
Yeah, also, just them not having buyback pretty much made that one-loss team fight not only into one set of racks, but pretty much just in a game. But yeah, pretty much both teams, they fought fairly evenly as far as skill level is concerned, so I think a lot is going to rest on the draft and how they play the draft in-game.
Yep, as we are slowly approaching that second last ban of the first stage, and nothing crazy coming out yet, as in Lycan's been banned and Razor's been banned. I am so shocked right now.
Pretty much. Brewmaster is also going to be banned in this first stage, but that will leave the Doom, and Maruchan are going to be more than happy to snag that one up as their first pick.
Yep, and that's one of the more interesting things about the current meta right now. In a lot of the previous metas, you had a set of maybe 2 or 3 heroes which were first pick, first ban. They were just simply better than every other hero in the game. As in stuff like Ember Spirit, Lycan to some extent a while back. Lone Druid and Meepo. I'm sure people can name hundreds of heroes that have been, overpowered as hell, so to say, in the competitive scene. But right now, we're actually in an interesting stage in the current meta where there's about, 8 or 9 heroes which all are worthy of that first pick, first ban status. And it means that at least some of them are going to get through.
Yeah, and especially when you're playing against specific teams, a lot of teams have heroes that they favor very heavily, that they're very good at playing. So that can even bolster the amount of so-called overpowered heroes even more, depending on the teams in the current game. Well, Mirana Wraith King is going to be the opening for Mafia 5. Wraith King and Mirana already a good start for a tri-lane, and they can definitely go aggressive with that, but they might not even need to. If that Doom is going towards the offlane, very easily punished, and might even be forced to go jungling very early on. Shadow Shaman is going to be the second pickup for Maruchan. A solid support, offers pushing power once he gets level 6, and also very good single target lockdown, nuking power, just all around a good hero.
Yep, and the Mirana Wraith King, basically you don't know where they're going to be going at the moment. Mirana can be played in literally every single position in the game, while Wraith King generally played support, but a lot of the time has been fit into that carry role, could do lots of damage if you can get the farm. On the other side, the Doom, pretty good against most heroes. As in Doom, he counters everyone, counters some heroes more than others, especially Mirana, stops her getting that leap off, stops her getting her escape off, and it does stop Mafia 5 from picking up stuff like Storm or Puck or any of the heroes that really require spells.
On the same token, Doom is also very bad against 5-man pushing lineups. He doesn't offer a lot in the way of counter push. And especially early on, if you can get a lane that can push down that tier 1 tower in the first 5 minutes, there's just nothing a Doom can do about it, and probably just has to leave the lane immediately. So, I don't know, at the same token, I think Mafia 5 might have been able to take a different route as far as drafting is concerned. Maybe pick up the Shadow Shaman for themselves, maybe pick up a Death Prophet and just go completely all in. But then again, they're going to go with something a little bit more safe, I'd say. I don't know, Wraith King Mirana, you can, as you said, play it pretty much anywhere, and I don't know, just not showing their hand at all.
Yeah, because we are seeing more bans and the Death Prophet getting banned out, and that makes a lot of sense. They've got a Shadow Shaman. The last thing you want to counter, go up against the Shadow Shaman with, is something like that Death Prophet, who can basically press R and take down towers, as well as give themselves a huge teamfight advantage. On the other side, we do see the Tide getting banned out, and the Tide, still a very good hero. His Kraken Shell means that, aside from, unless he gets doomed, he's always going to get his ultimate off.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, also a hero that's very easy to lane. On the Dire side, it's fairly hard to find offlaners that can consistently do well, but Tidehunter, especially good. He also can abuse the Ancients, and with the Dire side, it's fairly easy to stack those as well. A lot of offlaner hate coming out from Maruchan. They're going to ban out the Centaur as well, and a Tinker ban coming out from Mafia 5. I don't know, Tinker just an incredibly annoying hero, and they don't want to deal with him. Faceless Void will be the pickup for Mafia 5.
Yeah, Faceless Void, very, very good right there. Especially with, practically any hero in the game. As long as you don't have like a 5 melee hero lineup, Faceless Void, as long as you hit those chronospheres at least semi-competently well, it does mean that you're going to have a huge team fight advantage, and then later on he can transition into that carry situation.
Yeah, definitely. Currently, the only real synergy we have with that chronosphere so far is the Mirana's arrow. Very good for hitting people who have gotten chronoed, especially if the Faceless Void isn't focusing them down in the chronosphere. You can get a very long-range stun on them, and then go back for them a little bit later. But yeah, there's still plenty of heroes that can combo well. Scarlet Mage is actually still in the pool. So if Maruchan don't pick that one up here, I'd say that would be a solid pickup for them and would round out the tri-lane for Mafia 5.
Yeah, and that's probably why they're thinking about this right now. Due to the fact that the Doom being able to silence him doesn't really mean that, as we did, they do actually pick up the Earthshaker instead. They did do some very nice things with the Earthshaker, but surely they don't pick up the Scarlet Mage. They pick up a Viper instead.
I don't know, I think all three of these lanes are going to do fairly well. We might see yet another aggressive tri-lane coming out in this game, possibly even with the Mirana, Wraith King, and the Viper. As the aggressive Tri-Viper is the farming hero with the Wraith King Mirana as the supports. And then you can leave the Faceless Void up in the top lane, or they could put the Viper towards the mid, go aggressive with Mirana, Wraith King +1, and leave the Faceless Void solo up against the Doom. I don't know, just a lot of different ways that Mafia 5 can go about doing this. But I think more than likely we're going to see the Scarlet Mage banned out in the next phase.
Yeah, that is going to be sure what's going to happen right there. As normally I wouldn't say that Viper's the best aggressive tri-lane, as you may have heard in the last game, but, it worked out for them last game. That aggressive tri-lane was not why they lost. And now they've got an even better one. Mirana, Wraith King providing some actual stun and kill potential, with Viper giving up some more slow. We already saw what they can do with it. This is now in a better version of it, version 2, so to say. As we do see the Weaver is also going to get picked up, and that's probably going to be the rough laner.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about the Weaver in this game. Last game I would have thought it would have been an amazing pick because they just didn't have anything to control him up outside of the Orchid, and if you get a Lincoln Sphere on the Weaver, he's pretty much immortal. I don't know, this game, they have the Wraith King Sun to set up for an arrow, they have the Faceless Void Chronosphere, and until the Weaver gets a lot of items, if he's caught out in the Chrono, he's pretty much dead. A fairly squishy hero if he doesn't have his spells available to him. I'm expecting this Weaver to be safe lane and not towards the off lane. I think they're going to off lane the Doom and then maybe transition the Doom into the jungle if things go south there. But yeah, there's plenty of laning options you can do with this Weaver. I'm just not sure if I feel that it'll be able to get online fast enough this game.
Yeah, as in the Weaver, surely we're not going to be seeing him as the only core in the game. As in, I would like to see some kind of team fight orientated carry role coming out on the mid lane, coming out from Maruchan. As in, maybe even go for something crazy like an OD. If you can get an OD off, you can just simply disrupt the Faceless Void while he's in the Chronosphere and, remove that possibility as well as reduce the intelligence on Wraith King and lots of other fun stuff you can do.
Yeah, I don't know, OD is a solid pickup for sure, and also gives you something that can actually lane against the Viper. I don't know, yeah, it would be a solid pick. I'm not sure, it would leave their lanes fairly static, and the Wraith King and Mirana could get a kill in pretty much any lane that they rotated to. So it is something to be concerned about. And also, defensive Astrals aren't very good against Mirana because you can also unwittingly set yourself up for an arrow fairly easily. But definitely a good option for Maruchan, especially if they're comfortable with playing with that hero. Ember Spirit is going to be banned out by Mafia 5 instead.
10 seconds to go.
Not sure if I completely understand this ban. Maybe one of the heroes or players is especially good with this hero. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't really see that. As I can understand the concept of picking up an Ember Spirit, as he's a very early aggressive hero. As you simply go in with like the Chandra Shaman, Earthshaker, maybe even Weaver to some extent, and you give them this, give the Doom and Weaver this space to get the farm they need. But I don't know, I feel that picking that up it would put too many different eggs for Maruchan to be juggling in that basket. As I completely messed up that idiom right there.
It's completely fine. Dragon Knight is going to be the last ban out coming out from Maruchan. A fairly interesting ban, and I'm surprised that Mafia 5 have not picked up the Skywrath Mage. I think that would be a wonderful pickup for them. Synergize as well with the Faceless Void. In lane with the Piranha and Wraith King. Can slow them down enough for the Wraith King, get in range for the stun. Also sets up the arrow decently well on his own. And, I don't know, it just seems like a really good all-around hero. Dragon Knight, I honestly wouldn't have liked that pick coming out from Mafia 5. But they're going to go for the puck instead.
Yeah, that's very interesting. So looks like they're going to go for an aggressive Viper, Maruchan, and Wraith King lineup once again. Have the Faceless Void probably solo versus the Weaver, and then have the puck in the middle, or defense. There's a lot of ways you can actually run this, considering that Faceless Void, Viper, and puck can all go either mid, carry, or off lane.
Yeah, definitely, but they're willingly putting themselves in a puck versus Templar Assassin matchup. Well, not really willingly, as Maruchan did have the last pickup and are going to go for that TA. In fact, I don't know. The lineup coming out from Maruchan can snowball out of control completely if the Weaver gets off to a good start, if TA gets off to a, or gets a couple of kills after laning up against the puck, and if Doom is given his room, he can completely explode and farm. I don't know. A fairly interesting lineup coming out from both teams, but that said, if they do fall behind, Maruchan aren't going to be looking too good.
Yeah, that's going to be a little bit interesting, although, are we actually going to see the puck mid? That's going to be the interesting thing. Is, you know, a Viper, if they send Viper mid against this Templar Assassin, it's basically, it's not so much a free lane as it's a very difficult one for TA. But otherwise, we are currently here on game number 2. This is going to be Mafia 5 versus Maruchan. We do have on the Maruchan side, playing here on the Radiant, we've got M3 playing on the Shadow Shaman, still low on the Weaver, G on the Templar Assassin, Karcharp on the Earthshaker, and Lice on Doom.
Yeah, and on the side of the Mafia 5, we're going to have a Mirana taken up by Fan. We're going to have a Faceless Void played by Rhinotron, and the Viper going to be taking up the mid lane, played by Shadow Long DD, the Wraith King, going to be taken up by Charlie Craigs. And we're going to have an offlane puck played by Zorian Mila. Yeah, I definitely like this lightning choice coming out from Mafia 5 a lot better. It is going to give them a win up against the Templar Assassin, and honestly, I think that Maruchan probably should have anticipated this and maybe try to dodge the lane, maybe throw the Weaver towards the mid. I don't know, there's just not a great way that they can go about laning up against this Vipers, so I think putting him towards the mid lane is definitely the better option. Once you said that the puck was should have gone to the offlane, I think that's a great choice coming up from them. The Wraith King as well as the Mirana are sitting towards the bottom rune. Maybe they'll be able to pick off a kill here. I don't know. No, rune's going to be up top. It's going to be a regeneration rune, so nothing really going to happen with that. And I don't know. Looks like Wraith King Mirana are just going to be solely roaming. Yep.
Regeneration, the most boring level 1 rune. It does literally nothing. But either way, it looks like they're going to be rotating up to top. Just, they do have that roam potential. Give the Void some experience whenever he needs it, and the Mirana and Wraith King, if they can get the stun off, you know, it's a very, very dead whoever they have.
Pretty much, and yeah, Faceless Void versus the Doom, it's a fairly even matchup. It might be giving the Doom a little bit more room than Mafia 5 want to, but at the same time, the Doom's not going to kill your Faceless Void, especially before level 6. Arrow, attempt in mid, not going to land. Yeah. More than anything, just a pot shot, picks up the regeneration rune, nothing lost.
But Doom is going to be a little bit careful. I do like that arrow coming out. It tells Doom that Mirana's on middle. And he's not right now. Doom is up here. They're going to go for the stun. Not in range of the arrow, though. And they're just going to go for the right click. Can they take him out? Lice is so low. The arrow is going to miss, though. And that might be the end, as we do see the tower doing a lot of damage. Yes, Mirana. Mirana might go down as well.
Yeah, I think they should have just completely backed off. Scorched Earth, given enough move speed and regen to live there, and a miscalculation by the Mirana. Had they hit that arrow, very easy first blood for Mafia 5, but that misplay is incredibly costly for them, and Fan, he's going to go down towards the bottom lane. Arrow to fly, it's going to land directly on M3 with the follow-up loser, or Jantu coming out from the puck. The right clicks are going to be there, and a beautiful arrow catching out in this choke point. Nice fissure. Oh, actually not nice fissure. Going to catch puck on the wrong side. Might keep him safe. I don't know. Weaver going to be able to secure that kill.
So it is going to be 2-for-1 even after they lost that first blood, but, you know, kind of making up for the mistake with a nice rotation down here on bottom. Weaver going to be able to do a nice, well, a 1-for-1 in fact.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that was really worth it for Mafia 5. The guys Shadow Shaman in exchange for their Puck, and Puck is an offlaner. I don't know, he needs to get a little bit more than other ones. He needs to get that Blink Dagger up and needs to get his levels fairly badly. And I don't know. Had it been a solo Puck getting the kill on the Shadow Shaman, I would have said it would be worth it. But I don't know. With the rotation for the Mirana and not getting full experience for that, yeah.
Mirana's just going to be harassed a little bit by the Earthshaker, who is keeping attention of where all the opposing supports on runes and wards are. But either way, everything's going to kind of settle down a little bit. But Mirana is still looking for kills. She's still roaming around, looking to get those arrows. As we've kind of hit into a 2-1-2 situation coming out from Mafia 5.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. Mirana as a support is quite literally hit or miss. If you're not able to get off to a good early start with those arrows and set up those kills, you pretty much fall flat on your face. Templar Assassin's actually doing fairly well in this mid lane. I'd expect that to change as soon as the Viper gets a couple more levels up, but 9-3 compared to 11-4, doing admirably in a matchup that quite honestly should be worse than this. I almost want to see Templar Assassin max the meld up against the Viper because your defensive refraction isn't going to help you much at all, but I don't know, Templar Assassin, she doesn't have a TP scroll, going to be harassed very heavily in the mid lane, but is still safe and has the bottle coming online, or coming back to her after.
She's going to be in a lot of trouble right now, though, as just look at that damage being just that small amount of tick, removing the refractions immediately. She does get the bottle low just in the nick of the time, and the gank attempt is coming out. Smoked up by Earthshaker and Shadow Shaman. They want to go in and stop this Viper.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know, yet again, we're going to see G not bottle crowing. I don't know, not sure about that. I think Templar Assassin is incredibly reliant on that. They're looking for the wraparound, maybe waiting until nighttime before they go for this. They have the dust up on the Earthshaker that hasn't been popped yet. Or smoke, rather.
And did they spot him right now? I don't think they did.
Well, now they see him, and a Fissure's going to block him on the right side. That was a little bit a hit or miss, but in the end, they're going to be able to shackle him and get a nice kill on the Viper. 3-1 is your kill score, and giving that kill to the Templar Assassin is absolutely huge in this mid lane. It's going to give her a little bit more room to farm, and she's going to be farming evenly with the Viper.
Yeah, that's actually pretty amazing right there, considering that Viper, it's not quite the worst matchup in the world, but it's easily top 10 worst matchups in Dota 2 just in general. As in, not quite as bad as OD vs Storm, as we are going to be seeing the Viper coming in for more harassment, and this lack of bottle crowing is actually hurting G.
Yeah, definitely doesn't even have mana for the meld, and had Viper checked the mana, he might have just been able to run her down. I don't know.
Yeah.
He didn't have boots, however. I think if he had boots, you could have gone for that kill very easily.
Yeah, that kill slowing down his boots is going to hurt him a bit, as the Viper right now just sitting there on the bottle, and 300 gold, nothing else on the courier. But while all that's been happening, we do actually have two other lanes in the game right now. We got the Void versus Doom, and Void is doing a very good job against this Doom. 29-11 versus 11-0.
Yeah, I would have expected the Doom to get a little bit more farm out of this lane. He will have the Devour Gold, which will accelerate his farm, but he can't really put any pressure on the Void. But on the same token, I don't think the Void can really put that much pressure on the Doom. I don't know. Yeah. But still, this is Void getting pretty much absolute free farm. In the mid lane, we do have a rotation coming out from the Wraith King, looking for the wraparound on the TA, not going to be able to get a range for the stun. Arrow, not even attempted just yet. I don't think they know that. The Mirana is there, and they're going to back off for now.
Well, they're going to know the Mirana's there right there, as Earthshaker is going to walk in front of her. And nothing else is going to happen. Earthshaker is just going to rotate mid to make sure that Wraith King doesn't try anything crazy. And in fact, they might just go for it right there. Viper's very low. The Fissure is perfect. But so is the counter stun. They want to go for the counter. The arrow is going to miss. Can they get the 1 or 2 more right clicks? Yes, they can. But Templar Assassin is now in a huge amount of trouble. She does meld up. The ward, though, is going to end her. And that's going to be a 1-for-1 trade.
Yeah, definitely wasn't able to find the angle to get the Psyblade shot onto the Viper to get the double kill. So in the end, going to be 1-for-1. Templar Assassin for the Wraith King, and helping out the Viper after getting killed in lane is definitely a good thing. A lot of action has been happening in mid. Bottom, not so exciting to watch. Puck not farming incredibly well, 7-1, and Weaver pretty much having free farm. Not as good as the Void, but 30-5 is still respectable.
We just see a bit of harassment there coming out from the Shadow Shaman. Puck not going to use any of her skills. Has got that that one with 8 charges on it. So a little bit of health for her, but she's going to have to be super careful, especially considering that all it would take is just one shackle and, you know, she will go down.
Puck needs to go back to base, to be honest. I mean, after using the Loser Orb especially, he might be able to get a couple more CS by spamming that out, but up in top lane we are going to miss a kill on the Doom. It looks like they didn't even need the Chronosphere for that one, or rather, use the Chronosphere, and with the Mask of Madness, a fairly easy kill. Excuse me.
Yeah, that Faceless Void. Hitting that level 6 first is absolutely crucial for him, as both of these two, you'd say that they can't really kill each other or apply pressure. Well, that all changes once they hit level 6. At level 6, both of them can kill each other. It all depends on who hits their ultimate first.
Yeah, definitely. Wraith King stun being thrown away with the Shadow Shaman, but no follow-up arrow coming out from the Mirana. So, no kills going up in this top lane, and now we have a tri-lane versus a dual lane, at least for now. M3 is sitting behind the Doom and ensuring that he gets a little bit more farm. Meanwhile, Earthshaker sitting behind the TA, making sure that she doesn't die, but I don't know, this Templar Assassin's still doing incredibly well against this Viper. 33 and 12 compared to 23 and 10. They're going to drop the trap onto the Viper with the follow-up Fisher. They're going to be able to get yet another kill on a Shadowlong DD. Oh, that's absolutely terrible for them. This Viper is just not accomplishing his mission. When you have a Viper, he needs to win his lane.
And what was even more sad right there is that Murano almost hit the most brilliant vanilla arrow ever. As we do see that Templar Assassin has been stunned up, but there's just not enough damage. Warner turns around, Wraith King is going to go down. Are they going to be able to pick up Murano as well? She does have leap, and she's going to be able to get out of there barely.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know, G tried to disjoint that Wraith Fire Blast with a meld, but in the end it didn't matter. They get the return kill on the supports. There's just not any damage that they can do without the Viper there. They couldn't eat through Refraction fast enough, and Templar Assassin is looking very good for herself. She's going to be building towards those drums after finishing up the phase boots, presumably with the bracer in her inventory.
Yeah, I have been super impressed with this TA, as in, she's
Oh,
35
Courier! Oh, it's fine. Haste will keep it safe. Murano was able to get two last, or auto attack, or just one with the double damage.
I mean, when was the last time in a competitive game you actually saw a TA beat a Viper? Generally, you pick up the Viper to counter a TA, but here it's 35 and 12 versus 28 and 12, and they've both, and she's got way more kills than the Viper.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, especially when you do have a Viper, if he doesn't get off to an excellent start, he might even be a little bit of trouble here as the Meld Strike comes out. Just some harass going, I assume. He turns actually for one more auto attack, and that might be his demise. They have the Wraith King coming in here, and with the ultimate, they did bait the TA into a little bit more. Fisher's going to divide the TA onto the wrong side, but the Meld Strike going to be enough. TA now with the Echo Slam across the Fisher. They're going to be able to get one more. Will she survive the tower last hits? She's bottling up. She's going to be able to survive now Meld's last hits, and G's still alive. 5-1-1 on this Templar Assassin.
Huge plays coming out from Mr. G, as in she kind of had a, or he kind of had a, not the greatest game on the Brewmaster. He did some work, but was kind of using that ultimate a little bit aggressively at times on his own into 3 or 4 heroes. This time, though, he's just making plays happen on this mid lane, doing so much damage, so much work.
Yeah, honestly, the way that he played as Brewmaster, I wouldn't even be surprised if he gets a Blink Dagger after the drums. But he does have finish at the moment. Viper is going to return to lane, but this Viper has absolutely nothing. Wraithband as well as boots. At this point, I wouldn't even say that Viper really wins up against the team. Well, Weaver died bottom to the Chronosphere coming out from the Faceless Void. Yeah.
Yeah, but and that's also a very nice kill right there. As Weaver's one of the few that's, or the Void right now is one of the few on M5 that's really doing very well. Mafia 5 just, you know, the Faceless Void, he's got some pretty nice, he's got a pretty nice set on him, and he's also get some pretty nice farm. Looks like he's going for a minus right now. He's going to be picking up soon. In the meantime, though, Templar Assassin picks up the Viper right now. They want more kills here on mid, and TA just wants to keep playing for this. Takes out the puck as well. The arrow's going to come down, but G is still alive. Can she get out there? She's trying to bottle up like crazy. And the Fisher stun, not going to be there to try and stun Fan, just going to be there to try and make sure G survives, and another 2 kills.
Yeah, can't catch a break, just action all around the map. And yeah, TA has pretty much been the focal point of this game and picks up another 2 kills, 7-1-1. Drums finished and is well on the way towards presumably a Black King bar. Is probably what's going to be purchased, saving up gold, but might even be going for that Blink Dagger as mentioned earlier. Up in top lane, the Doom, let's see, he's picking up a decent amount of farm, sitting below the Faceless Void, but seeing above everybody else on the side of the enemy team is going to have the drums up, so double drums coming out from the Radiant, with one on the TA and one on the Doom. Personally, I would have liked to see the Templar Assassin maybe skip the drums, maybe go for a Blink Dagger into BKB, or maybe get the BKB first. Yeah, I don't know, I think the Doom needs the extra stats a little bit more. Well, for now, people are just going to back off, but the Viper, he's just dead. Meld Strike shackled in place. One more auto attack's all they need. Arrow is going to land on GG. Might fall here. The stall for all. A couple more auto attacks is all they need. And a huge shriek going the way of Fan. And, well, that's a dominating streak for the Mirana as well. Mega kill streak. About 700 gold going the way of the support Mirana.
Yeah, the support Mirana. Just have a look at these 2 items, actually. The items on Mirana and the items on the Viper right now. The Viper has basically a Wraithband, Boots of Speed, and a stick and bottle. While Mirana actually has a fully done Ring of Aquilius, a Boots, and a fully done Magic Wand. I actually think the Mirana has been doing better than the Viper.
For sure, she's been hitting some pretty good arrows now as the phase boost completed, staying at the same level as the Viper after getting the kill on the Rana. Well, we're going to have a time lapse coming out from the Weaver. They're going to be able to turn on the puck with the help of the Doom. Faces Void caught out, already used his Chronosphere, and he's dying very quickly. They stun up Lights, but the Weaver, he should be able to turn and get at least one kill, if not two. Murano Ultimate has been deployed, and the Invis will keep them safe for now. Sentry deployed on the ground. Faces Void's just going to have to back off here. Actually, he's hanging around. Hits a creep, and he could be in a bit of trouble. They have no spells to throw out. Well, Serpent Wards committed to this bottom tier 1 tower. They're going to get that for sure. Not sure if the Serpent Wards were even necessary.
Well, it did kind of force that Void back to think again about initiating, but yeah, probably didn't need the Serpent Wards, but they are going to be used, and that's going to mean that MC is going to keep their advantages. Let's have a quick look at the experience.
Viper, Drum Charge being committed, Echo Slam and Meld Strike, one more auto attack is all they needed. They dropped the Dream Coil, but Puck needs to be careful. This TA is just right-clicking so darn hard, playing Ring Around the Rosies inside the Dream Coil. One more Meld Strike, actually missed that one, unfortunately, so Puck will survive. I don't know, 1-for-1, losing Earthshaker for the Viper is probably just fine. I don't know. Looks like TA is going to go towards that Blink Dagger, saving up quite a lot of gold. 1850, in fact, so I'd expect that to be your next item. Wraith King dies on the bottom lane. Looks like Weaver was just able to dive that one.
As we are seeing just action happening all over this map. This map's a lot faster than the previous game we saw between these two teams. As I was about to go say, if we have a quick look at the experience and gold, experience and both gold are heavily in favor of MC right there. 7.5k gold difference for MC only 14 minutes into the game. That is absolutely huge.
Yeah, and had the TA not given that solo kill away from Marana, experience would probably look a lot more in favor of them as well. I don't know, this Templar Assassin is setting up to be absolutely ridiculous. With the Blink Dagger now, I don't think there's really anybody on the Dire that's safe. Weaver just being annoying behind the tower. He uses the Shiguchi to get out to safety. No detection on the ground either. This Wraith King is absolutely dirt poor. Just boots and stick.
Yep, he's playing a
Drum Charge committed. They have the Doom Blink as well. They're going to get the War Stomp onto the Viper and Doom him for good measure. The damage should be there. G does have his Blink as well. Not even going to need it. Just one more Meld Strike. Puck blinks in. He gets the silence off the Doom as well as Dream Coil onto 2. This fight is completely spread out. The Wraith King is going to be focused down by the Templar Assassin and will be chased down. Templar Assassin gets the double kill. Now Meld Strike onto Fan. They slow him down. Fisher to slow him or stop him from moving anywhere else. Can't turn. Already used the leap. Triple kill for G. And now with the Refraction should be just fine. But I say that Puck Refraction has already been gone. Meld, he used it already and now Orb, he's going to be able to kill with the Silence Templar Assassin and jaunt to the Orb. I don't know, Puck getting a very high priority kill. Faces Void looking for a Chronosphere, cancels at mid animation, not able to find anybody. Might be able to catch down this Doom. I don't know, just going to settle for a double damage rune.
Yep, sadly that Time Walk does have a very long cooldown on level 2 only. As we do see that Shadow Shaman is going to pick up another tower there, giving MC an even higher advantage. And at the moment, the only small thing that's been going well for them has been this Void, who's been getting some good farm right now. Looks like he's going for a Hand of Midas, and I'm not quite sure.
I think that's Maelstrom.
Yeah, actually, I would agree. It has to be a Maelstrom, just because this is way too late for a Hand of Midas right now.
Even scarier, I think, for Mafia 5, as good as this TA's been doing, this Earthshaker has 15 minutes, Arcane Boots, and Blink Dagger. This is pretty much what you'd expect on a farming Earthshaker. He's been involved in 10 kills and has only died once. I don't know, just farming off of that Viper. So, yeah, this initiation is going to be ridiculous. I'd expect them to buy a smoke and just look for a 2 or 3 man Echo Slam if they can find it. Because there's no way that Mafia 5 expect a 15-minute Blink Dagger on this Earthshaker. I don't know, maybe they do. Maybe they're keeping track, but still. Puck going to get the silence off onto the Doom. He's caught in a little bit of a sticky situation. Dream Coil also committed. There's the Echo Slam coming out from the Earthshaker. Doom on the Puck, as well as the follow-up stun. They're just going to leave the Puck to take down. The Murano Ultimate has been deployed. Will save the Wraith King. But still, I don't know. Putting that Blink Dagger to use.
Yeah, saving his Doom right there. And
they got the deny actually on the Puck, so that could have been a lot worse. Now the TA is fighting up against the Viper, doesn't actually get the Meld Strike off. She does have another Meld, a very short range arrow. She's just going to turn on to Fan. Sitting Invis, they're going to get the Meld Strike. The nice double fissure coming out. Warstomp actually going to be off the mark, wanted to look for 2, and just barely wasn't able to find them on the very edge. Fan is completely out of mana, doesn't have the Meld, or the leap, excuse me, and Meld is going to be enough. They'll be able to clean up yet another kill. Weaver actually finds one on the other side of the map, up in top, I believe, on the Faceless Void.
Yep, really nice stuff right there. That is going to be a 4-for-0. Not so much team fighters, just general kills coming out, and they want to take down tier 2s. They want to go start taking advantage and finish this game before Void can make a comeback. Because you do have to remember that Void always has that 1 versus 5 potential, no matter how dire things are looking.
Yeah, Wraith King just got exploded by the Templar Assassin. Couldn't even look at that portion of the map. Just blink, Meld Strike, dead Wraith King. Not even level 6 on the poor fellow. And win for 1 point in Immortal Strike? Not sure how effective that's going to be. So, yeah, just not a chance. I don't think anything he could have done would have saved him there. Except for not being there in the first place. Earthshaker, I don't know, managed to find himself enough farm for a completed magic stick as well as a gem. So the map control is completely going to disappear. They're looking for a chronosphere. Will he drop it? He drops it. He catches out the Weaver. Arrow to fly, not going to land. Nice. Fisher's actually going to delay him. No, he's reaching over the Fisher to get the kill on the Shadow Shaman. Weaver caught in the wrong spot in the place, and they'll be able to pick up these Shadow Shaman wards as well. They're going to stuff this Earthshaker. Kacharp does not have many spells to throw. He's slowed down by the Wraithfire Blast as well. Does have a Fisher available, and now they're just going to start turning onto the Wraith King. Arrow to fly going to land on Stillo. Stillo in a bit of trouble here. Nice Fisher will delay things. He should be able to get this kill on the Wraith King. He does have the ultimate finally available. Still, might be a little bit of trouble. He's getting bashed to death with the Dream Pool committed for good measure. They're going to be able to get a nice kill on the Weaver.
Yep, nice stuff right there, getting basically a one for the ultimate of the Wraith King. And the ultimate of the Wraith King is actually not a small deal at this stage in the game, because level 1, it is a very long cooldown. But either way, not worth it for Maruchan, and that is going to be, you know, a very nice win for Mafia 5, a small start of the comeback. Well, a comeback it has to be, as it's currently 14k gold in their favor. The experience not quite as bad, mostly because they've been having some good team fights and some good solo kills, but, you know, still very, very far ahead for MC right now.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know, this Templar Assassin is well on her way towards a 20-minute drums blink phase BKB, and I don't know, G is just going to completely explode in this game, I feel. Despite getting a nice pick off on the Weaver, it just doesn't feel like it's enough. Nobody on there, on the Mafia 5 side, is farming well. Even the Void is falling behind. They're trying to find a pick off with the Murano ultimate, but Faceless Void doesn't really have anything to really get these kills. He has the Mask of Madness and Maelstrom, so a little bit more aggressive than you usually see Voids playing, but he's just going to die so quickly, this Templar Assassin. And, I don't know, I think Mafia 5, they just need to calm down, back off, and try to avoid fights as best they can, but I'm not sure if they're going to be able to do that. With all of these Blink Daggers on the side of Maruchan, it's, I don't know, not sure if it's going to be possible. A complete turnaround from the last game, where we saw all of these fights being incredibly close earlier on. Actually, Templar Assassin messed up that a little bit, melding before the blink, so not able to find a kill on the Murano, but the Wraith King not going to be so lucky. Still 3 minutes on cooldown for that ultimate, not going to be able to find it in the Viper, caught between 4 heroes. He's trying to get this return kill onto the Earthshaker. He'll be able to TP back to base, and 3 heroes dead inside of Mafia 5.
And they're going to go for this tier 2 and maybe even more. Well, I don't think it's going to be even more, as we see the Puck initiating in.
He doesn't have follow-up, however. He gets a nice silence. Might have been able to kill the Shadow Shaman, but this tower should die. They get the trap off onto the Puck after using his spells. I think this is going to be a tier 2 for them, and that's going to be about it. Arrow does land on G, but no follow-up for that as well.
They just don't have anything that can take him down without the Viper, and even then the Viper is going to have... He's only going to be there to get rid of the refraction charges.
Yeah, I don't know. This is probably the saddest Viper I've ever seen. He has a headdress, Wraith Band, and boots. And, well, while we're counting, he has a magic wand as well as a bottle, but, I mean, this is absolutely nothing. This is going to be for Roshan, for Maruchan, with the Templar Assassin meld as well as the supports. They're going to be able to take this out very quickly. Fairly risky. They scout this out. They get an arrow onto G. This could be big, but Roshan's going to fall too quickly. They get the Aegis onto the Weaver, and now they just need to be in a full retreat. Wraith King tries to turn, maybe looking for a stun, but, yeah, this is not nice for them. Time walk over the trees from the Faceless Void. He'll be safe for now. No, blink forward, hoof stomp. Nope. Oh, they're going to commit the Chronosphere here. They might be able to get this return kill on the Doom. The Fissure is going to delay things for now, and Lice is still alive. All they need is a little bit of damage to the mechanism. Will they even get the Doom? They shackle up Rhino-chan, and they'll be able to get that kill fairly easily. Puck gets a nice silence Dream Cool. They blow up the Shadow Shaman very quickly. Steel loses Aegis almost immediately. G is also being stunned up. This fight's going a lot better for Mafia 5 than I thought it would be. They don't have detection for the meld, however. There's the arrow. We'll bring him out of it. A nice Fissure onto 4. How many times do you see that happen? G going to be able to get the meld and blink up to the trees. He'll be just fine for now, and he's looking to turn even more. Steel has come back to life, and now bottling up. He's looking for more kills. He finds the Puck. They're going to be able to eat through the refraction charges. He melds that Viper attack, so they're not actually going to be able to get the poison damage on him anyway. Now blink forward by the Earthshaker is going to be able to get Fissure due to have detection behind the tower. We're going to be able to get the meld. A nice triple silence, but the Puck's going to die anyway, and now they drop a smoke. They know that the Murano is here, and they're going to be able to find even more. Where's the detection? It looks like she'll be fine. I don't know. Blink forward. Earthshaker looking for it, not going to be able to find it. Oh, they have the gem. I take that back. Yeah. Mafia 5, I wouldn't be surprised to see GG arrow to fly. Not going to land.
Yeah, because we do see the Grandis is also enjoying this TA right quite a bit. But, you know, as we can all definitely enjoy, this TA is playing absolutely amazingly. A few mistakes here and there, but really has been the MVP beating that Viper. And just, you know,
Bottom tower.
playing out of his mind with so many huge plays.
Honestly, I think the MVP for me this game is the Earthshaker. He's been able to make that room for the TA, gank the Viper several good times, and just has an absolutely amazing amount of farms, been able to find very good blink initiations, and yeah, I don't know. Maruchan just playing very well all around.
Yep, MC compared to the other game, they didn't so much win the game as Mafia 5 lost their draft. This game, they've won it. This game, they said, you know, in some ways their draft might be considered weaker due to the fact that they had a lot of not very good matchups in the lanes, and they just simply went, we don't care.
Yeah, ended up winning their lanes fairly handedly, with the exception of the Doom. Faceless Void did well in lane, but I don't know, Doom is Doom. He's going to get his farm one way or another. Has the Blink, Drums, Force Staff, Mechanism, Tranquil Boots. He doesn't really need to be a major damage dealer when you have this Weaver and the TA that are just so farmed.
Oh, look at the net worth of Viper compared to everyone else. He is the 9th highest. He is only next to the Wraith King, the lowest farmer in the game, as a mid-fight. That is just sad.
There's top tower.
It really is. They're going to drop the glyph to delay this tier 2. Maybe they'll be able to get the deny on it, but nobody's really there. They're going time walk for it. He gets a deny. Luckily enough for the Faceless Void. But yeah, Wraith King usually is a support. You see him transition more into a carry role, but this support has boots and a magic stick. That is it. Yeah, he's pretty much just been on ward duty this entire game. And such a low net worth for him. I don't know. They're going to use him on ultimate to get a stun off onto an illusion, and that's an Earthshaker illusion. That doesn't matter.
Yeah. Earthshaker just being annoying with his gemmed up illusion. Because obviously we do have to still remember that Earthshaker has a gem. And it's very good against this Mirana.
Well, gee, they're going to turn on the puck. He gets doomed, and look at the puck just explode. There's nothing he can do. They have a Desolator onto Steelo, and now they're going to focus down this Wraith King. Wraith King just can't do anything. Well, actually, Desolator hasn't been delivered just yet, wondering why those particles were there. And Wraith King's going to lose his ultimate yet another time. Only level 1 ultimate. Now they're looking forward. Blink with the Shadow Sham. They're going to get the X on Rhino Twan. Now Rhino Twan's going to be focused down. Echo Slam onto 2. Now the Fissure to follow up. Enchant Totem. 4 heroes dead, and GG.
Yeah, that had to be GG core right there. They were just simply getting picked off one by one, and Mafia 5 just get destroyed in the second game by Maruchan, and that's going to be a 2-0 victory coming out for MC.
Yeah, definitely. I know a lot of people didn't expect that as far as betting sites were concerned, but still very well played, especially in that second game by Maruchan. This is going to be it for a little while. We're going to have some more joint Dota games coming up shortly. I'm not sure the exact time, but that will be posted. Either way, you can find us on our social media sites at HeflaTV, and if you want to watch the VODs, you'll find those on youtube.com/HeflaMoke. Those should be uploaded fairly shortly. I've been GreatestV, and I've been joined by Banshee. Thanks for casting with me.
Yeah, but it was definitely a pleasure, and, you know, do stay tuned, as we are going to be having another game, not quite soon-ish, but the next game coming up on HeflaTV's channels is going to be the NG1D versus CH. Not quite sure who those teams are, as I'm not familiar with American teams that much, which is going to be coming up at 9 o'clock CEST time. In about an hour and a half-ish.
Yep. So stay tuned, some music, some ads, and we'll be back shortly.